After the close win against West Fargo, the Fargo Spartans would travel to Mayville to take on the Ravens in a Week 4 matchup. And the Spartans would not disappoint their fans by trouncing the Mayor Ravens by a final score of 42-14. A very dominating and blowout win for the Spartans to improve to 4-0. And we would choose Boise State as our school of choice to eventually go to. Or could Iowa be a very good spot to go to as well? It is Big Ten country after all, but we would ultimately, eventually, possibly choose Boise State. BYU couldn't be that much better. Couldn't be that much bad either. And with that, Tom Gillian would become a 3-star recruit, as we would eventually head on over to Belcourt to take on them as well. 4 scholarship opportunities for Tom Gillian so far: Alabama, Ohio State, USC, Boise State, and Minnesota. But the growing list would grow much larger in the coming weeks. Next, the Spartans would be at home against Belcourt by a very, very close game of 35-26. Gillian would struggle in the game, throwing a couple of interceptions while rushing in for a touchdown and getting more scores along with that as well, to improve the Spartans' record to pretty much 5-0. Next, we would get the choice of either choosing Arkansas, BYU, or Iowa. Iowa would be a very good choice as well, and we would take them as well. Or quite possibly Arkansas wouldn't be that much better. Would be pretty good too. BYU would be somewhat out of the choice, out of the question there. But the growing scholarship list is nearly complete, as Alabama, Ohio State, and USC would gain much more interest in us than last week, while gaining scholarship opportunities to the 3 schools mentioned before. In the next week's matchup, the Spartans would travel to can't remember the name. 1 second. Against the team with the red helmets. Yeah. As Gillian would throw for 370 yards for 4 touchdowns passing, and improve to 6-0 by a trouncing score of 42-0 against Bowman, North Dakota. A very, 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 very much a shutout to much people's eyes, too much people's surprise. On the scholarship front, Alabama, USC, and Ohio State would take very much an interest in the bright-eyed kid from North Dakota, as well as Iowa. And so that list would grow even much, much more larger. And more scholarship opportunities with Arkansas, BYU, and a newcomer, Kansas State. The logical choice would be to choose Arkansas, one of the better conferences in the country. And take a look at the list again. Pretty much Alabama, Ohio State, USC, Boise State, and Arkansas, Iowa, and Minnesota. would all offer scholarship opportunities to the kid. In the Week 7 matchup at home against Jamestown, the Spartans would look to improve to 7-0 on the season so far, while Jamestown at a 1-5 record would look to play spoiler. Rich Gillian is currently at a 4-star rating, 4-star recruit so far. And hello, ladies and gentlemen, my name is DarthTom, and welcome to some more NCAA Football 14 Road to Glory here. This is the third video of the series so far, as Fargo plays host to Jamestown in a 1-5 record for Jamestown here. As this game would essentially come not even very close. In fact, hardly at all, judging by Jamestown's record. But you'll see quite a lot of passing thrown to number 80, Thean Nguyen. However you pronounce his name there, you just won't see it at this point in the game here, but eventually you will. As I get roughhoused there just a little bit. But the offensive line really did a really good job in protecting me, giving me ample time to find my receivers, and having my receivers do what they know how to do. Pretty much early in the first quarter there, but you'll have to trust me when I say it would be pretty much over by halftime. But that pass could have been a pretty dangerous pass there, but the defender kind of shrugged it off a little bit, and I managed to sneak away with an easy one there. But as there would be Thean's first catch of the game for a 17-yard gain to go to a first and goal situation. But gonna be a pretty interesting game here. A lot of offense on our side, but our defense really shut them down pretty quickly. Pretty quickly. But that would be one of the very few incompletions that I would have in this game there. The defender would sneak up one on me, but I would manage to not avoid the sack there. And pretty much just have to stick with the incompletion there, but Geosaria gets a score there. That would be probably his only touchdown that he would only have in this game, I think, as far as I know. But our defense really shut them down so far in the game there. But that play right there would be the story of the game right there. A 44-yarder to Thean Nguyen, who once he has the ball, he kind of turns on the jets. It was kind of more of a defensive miscommunication, really and truly. But you'll have to look at the play a little bit more closely once the post-game comments come on. But as you can see, it's 14-0 already in close to the end of the first quarter there. But another pass, another reception there to Thean, who would go on to have about almost 200 yards receiving So he's already getting up there. Again, really up there. But another pass there. Not exactly sure what really transpired between me and Thin, but whatever worked, whatever works, it works. You know. I don't know, like, I think he understood. I think he understood the coverages quite a bit better than previous games, but then again, Jamestown's not really going to be a really great team in this game. In fact, really hardly at all. But yeah, getting pretty much into the red zone, essentially for the third time in the game already. But this would be a bootleg, one of my favorite plays to do. Bootleg pass there to Thin, who would score his second touchdown of the game, right there. Very nice throw there. Nice catch. Overall, good play. But really, essentially our defense really shut them down. They only came up with like 2 first downs and 4 yards in total. I mean, like rushing and passing yards. They would only like get 8 rushing yards in the game. Absolutely destroyed. It's not even fair. I'm really essentially a bad man. Once I get going, it's hard to stop. But this would be a play action, as they would somewhat buy the play action, but I couldn't really find anybody downfield to really throw to, so I ran for a 3-yard gain there. Nothing really spectacular, but positive yards is positive yards.
Brings up 2nd and 5.
And this would be a fullback run play to the left side. Yeah, that would be the wake side, I think. That could be on the strong side, but the fullback would get some love there for the touchdown, putting us at a score of 28-0, with relatively a minute left in the first half. Alright, but as we get down the field again, we would end it at halftime, but knowing me, I tend to drive down the field as much as I can, as much as I want to, but that would be a very good play there. Giosaria coming up with the catch, coming up with that catch there. Very good catch there. Very proud. All right. And as I go into the running pattern there and find Thean once again there for the catch, and that would be his ninth catch in the game already. Absolutely insane. Absolutely insane, but we would get, I guess I thought wrong. I thought we did try to go for a score there, but Howell gets a touch there from me for the 5th touchdown, my fourth touchdown overall in the game. But as we start the second half, start to go in a little bit more of a chew clock kind of mindset, try to kill the clock as much as I can, because it's pretty difficult to come back from a 35-0 deficit in a game like this. It'll be pretty tough. It'll be pretty tough to deal with. All right. Excuse me. And running motion there, running play. It's a Diesel. Decent day for Alex. Very decent day for him. But pretty much once it's a passing show, for sure. Once it's a passing show for there, so usually go with a running play if you're trying to kill clock, because incompletion kills the time and makes it much easier to go with. All right. Alright, another passing play there. I kind of wanted to skip a little bit of that drive there. Just a little bit here, but I would find Alex again for his second touchdown in the game, my 5th one and 6th one in this game. As Alex would have, actually can't remember. No, I think that was the fullback that had the touchdown, rushing touchdown. That would be a touchdown for him. But a lot of my receivers would get some love, not just Thean Agwin, number 80, Craig Ostrander, as that would be a very close interception there. Probably the one lone mistake that I would make in the game. In a game where I was really virtually perfect. But as the season kind of winds down a little bit here, this is week 7, so we only have a couple more games here. The week 8 matchup won't be shown on the channel, but the final game on the season there, as I would try to go for an option run there, but it was over before it even really started. Not even really all that good with the option run. Not even really good. Alright, but and I think I'm gonna out most of this drive here. Alright, and passing play here, and then we'll eventually turn and be audibled into a run. This will be my second attempt at trying to do an option run here. But get a nice block there from Alex, as I would get a pretty nice gain there. About a good few yards here for me to get back into the positive column in rushing yards. So, but this would be somewhat of a struggle to score here, but eventually we would get a touchdown here. But get met there for a 1 yard loss. Right there, and then I would essentially throw the dagger pretty much right at this play here, and then I would roll out to my left here and find Thean again for my 6th touchdown of the game. Seventh overall, but as I said before, this is really essentially not even a close one. Not even a close one at all, but no matter. Some games can be blowouts, some of them can be really close, and some of them can be losses, but we haven't really found a loss yet so far, as we remain undefeated, pretty much at 7-0 for the year, for my senior year. And now, post-game comments from Fargo High School Spartans quarterback Tom Gillian. Alright, hello everyone. I just want to start out by saying that I'd like to thank Thean Nygren, number 80, for having such a big day. The guy really found his touch in today's game. He did a lot of the legwork. It made my job a lot easier, and made his job a lot easier by getting into space with defensive backs and linebackers there. But we'll talk about a couple plays here. This would be, I believe this would be the 5th touchdown here, as I would find that guy very easily. Then we will actually take a look here, and the next play that 44-yarder was, if you look relatively close to the top of the screen there, the defensive back would start to ease off a little bit more to the side, and that's kind of really where I found the end with quite a bit of ample space there, and the rest of his job was relatively to turn on the jets, which he really essentially did. But I believe that defensive back was name is Cole, but I mean, it was overall good crowd and good coverage, just some miscommunication by him to the rest of his team. But once the end turned on the Jets, it was relatively over for that 44-yarder for that touchdown. But overall defense did a stellar job again in this game for what would be their second shutout in the season. So props to them for holding them to like at least. I can't remember what coach relatively said to us. It was okay. So it was 84 yards. Impressive. But overall, good team win. Usually, always kind of a joy to have games like these, where pretty much the whole team is on the same page, just absolutely doing their job. Not to quote Bill Belichick here, but do your job and results will come. But I have to head on home to prepare for the weekend and prepare for our next matchup. But until then, I'll see you guys later. Alright, and we would get a scholarship to Arkansas, and we would get some more opportunities here, as I would accept a scholarship opportunity to Wisconsin, another Big Ten school there. But we'll go take a look here as we have to play on the road against Carrington in Week 8, but I won't show that game there. But we'll take a look at our scholarship offers on the recruiting board here. Pretty much we have relatively the same schools here for the first three: Alabama, Ohio State, USC, Wisconsin, Boise State, Arkansas, Iowa, and Minnesota. Not too shabby there, but we'll get to Week 9, the final game of the regular season, and possibly get into a playoff situation. But I will see you guys next week.